Hello and welcome to Produce Talks, the CPMA podcast. I am your Produce Talks host and CPMA Education Manager, Ian Brody. This month's episode, we're talking about everybody's favorite dude with avocados for ears, a watermelon for a mouth, and a head of broccoli for, well, a head. It's Freggie. I'll be joined by CPMA's marketing coordinator, Selena Karkash, to talk about the Freggie Children's Program. And we'll also talk about the annual Freggie Fresh Ride with organizers Greg Ogiba at AMC Direct and Andrew George at EarthFresh Farms. The ride raises money each summer for CPMA's Freggie in-school program, with 100% of donations from the ride going to the Healthy Eating Initiative for Kids. Here we go. So, unfortunately, Freggie couldn't be in the studio with us. I hear he's a pretty busy guy. But in his place, I'm joined by my CPMA colleague and marketing coordinator, Selena Karkash. Welcome, Selena.
Thanks, Ian.
Obviously, we strive to remind Canadians the benefits and the importance of eating fresh fruits and vegetables. So this episode, it's all about our consumer education efforts and, of course, Freggie. My understanding is the Freggie Children's Program began back in 2008. Can you talk a little bit about the Freggie's Children Program and how it has evolved over the years?
Absolutely. So the program is the youth component of our Half Your Plate message. The goal of the Freggie program is to empower kids and youth to make their own healthy choices, choosing fruits and vegetables. So like you mentioned, when it started, it was a very small program going into the schools and just encouraging kids to choose fruits and vegetables as their snack. They had a draw for every snack that they brought in, and they really saw an excitement in the kids for choosing their fruits and vegetables while making it fun to learn about why they were good for you. The program has since evolved into a wealth of resources that any educator can use when they want to talk fruits and vegetables with kids and youth.
So my understanding is that our Freggie network, I guess we could call it, has really grown over the years. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have over 7,000 educators from across Canada who are engaging in the program in some way or another. So the majority of them are downloading the curriculum, which is a free resources for teachers, including lesson plans for grades 1 through 6 that guides them through talking about fruits and vegetables, including a lesson on Half Your Plate, which is the new Canada's Food Guide recommendation.
Yeah, of course. I hear that Jen is our new dietitian at CPMA. She'll be working on revising the Freggie curriculum.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jen is going through the curriculum, making sure that it's updated, making sure that we're reflecting the same messages that the new Canada Food Guide has been put out.
Yeah, of course.
Making sure that we're also talking, Half Your Plate, which is very important. It's also a campaign that we have to encourage Canadians to fill half their plates with fruits and vegetables.
Cool. So what would you call somebody that follows Freggie? Would it be like a Freginski or like a Freggieite? I don't know. I was trying to think of like some fun names.
I hadn't thought about it, but I think we can put it out to maybe those teachers that are using Freggie in the classroom.
See what they want to go with. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about the resources that are out there. What other components are out there with the Freggie program? Absolutely.
So as well as downloading the curriculum and running it on your own time, we also have a program called Chef for a Day. So this was started 4 years back. And what we do is provide educators or teachers with everything they need to turn their classroom into a kitchen and to give their students the opportunity to be a chef for a day. So the recipe, the lesson plan, and it all puts it in the hands of the students. So the students really get to take ownership and be a chef for the day. And of course, all the recipes are healthy. They're Freggie approved.
Of course.
So the kids are having fun, but they're also, they're learning about nutrition. They're also, learning about math when they're measuring out the ingredients. They're, having a great time. They're taking ownership of their healthy lifestyle.
That's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's such a great message. Obviously, it's a challenge sometimes to really sell it to kids, eat your fruits and veggies. But I think it's a great campaign.
Yeah, you see kids getting really excited, parents writing to us saying, oh my God, my kid came home and they want to start cooking with us. They want to make these recipes. So it's a really great experience. So that's one of the really fun things that we do with Freggie. Another great event that's really exciting is the Kids at the Convention program. So as the members and the industry know, we host Canada's largest fruit and vegetable convention every year. And I've had the unique opportunity to bring a classroom to experience the trade show as part of the Freggie program. So they have a great lesson plan. And then along with Freggie, they're led around the trade show floor to meet some of the unique industry people that are bringing fruits and vegetables to their table that they would, never get to meet otherwise.
It's always fun to see the kids.
Yeah, they get
at a convention. Yeah,
it's exciting for them.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the Fresh Ride, which happens every year.
Yeah, of course. Well, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. If someone listening wanted to host an event, who could they contact?
Yeah, so they can reach out to me at skarkash@cpma.ca. You can check out freggietales.ca. The Parents and Teachers Corner is where you'll find all the information on the resources and the chef for a day.
Great. Yeah. So obviously it's a really great and important program. And this is where support from the Freggie Fresh Ride is really important to us, helping us raise funds so we can offer these types of events across Canada.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's take a quick break with our sponsor, Nature Fresh Farms. After the break, we'll be joined by Andrew and Greg to talk about the Freggie Fresh Ride.
Hi, it's Ray here from Nature Fresh Farms. Building healthy eating habits starts at a young age, so our goal is to show children that eating veggies can be fun, especially when they're in the kitchen helping. Like our friend Freggie from the Freggie Children's Program, we encourage children to fill their plates with fruit and vegetables to stay healthy. Go to naturefresh.ca/blog to find out more information on healthy eating.
Summer is in full swing, which means the annual Freggie Fresh Ride is coming up quick. Joining us now are organizers Greg Ogiba at AMC Direct and Andrew George at EarthFresh Farms to talk about the Fresh Ride. Welcome, guys.
Hi there.
Thanks for having us.
So my understanding is that this is the fifth annual ride. Tell me a little bit about the ride and the history behind it.
Sure, absolutely. So we wanted to do something that was fun and active in association with Freggie and the CPMA, and the fact that we work in the produce industry. And one of the benefits is that we're surrounded by fresh, healthy produce. And I could say that my family certainly fills half their plate with produce. So the idea was to organize a long, challenging bike ride with the stop at a school or a summer camp along with Freggie. And instead of just telling kids, hey, eat your fruits and veggies, the idea is that we could actually show them if you fuel your body in the right way, if you take care of yourself, you could see how rewarding it is to be active. Mm-hmm. And you can achieve something like the bike ride that we were on. So for the first year, we're in our fifth year. The first year we rode from Toronto to Montreal in 4 days. We stopped at Kingston, and it was incredible. It was incredible because, well, first of all, the ride itself along the lake, we had some perfect weather, and for that route, if you get the right wind, it's an amazing ride. So we really lucked out. Mm-hmm. But it was also incredible because the kids just went bonkers for the fruits and vegetables. And Selena, you were there too. I didn't expect such a reaction from the kids.
It was incredible.
It was incredible. We brought all this produce with us. The baby carrots gone, apples gone, bananas gone. And I think we were there. We probably had maybe 100, 120 kids in the gym. And I think I certainly realized we had something really cool to build on here, and that the future, the potential for the consumption of produce with this next generation is huge. So for us, it's been amazing to see this thing grow, and really, really excited that we're now 5 years into it.
Yeah, it's really exciting stuff. And we talked a little bit about it with Selena earlier, that obviously it's a really important message, but it can be a difficult one to get across, eat your fruits and veggies. So I think it's a great way to really, like, the idea just to show them that and show them the benefits. I think that's a great way to go about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Greg, why was it important for you to start the Fresh Ride?
Well, I think produce is, for those of us who work in produce, we know how difficult it is. It's a grind for our day job, but it's something we really enjoy. So for us to be able to create something from scratch and develop it with others and bring it to life within the industry has been a real joy. So to combine the things that we love into one event, so we're talking cycling, fresh produce, healthy eating and lifestyle, and inspiring kids. That's really been amazing. I would say overall, this event has been more challenging than we expected when we started on the journey, but by far, absolutely by far more rewarding than we expected. And special thanks to Andrew, who came on in year 2 and has taken on that role with me to help organize it. And really couldn't do it without him and Selena and all the help from the CPMA and my staff. And I also want to thank all of the sponsors that participate in this ride, but in particular those that have been there from the beginning. And that would be Fresh Advancements, Mahadran and the Jaffa brand, Atlantic Packaging, Wasteco, EarthFresh, and AMC. We really appreciate the support, and the ride's not possible without you. So thank you. As well as thanking Justin, who's our designer from a company in Toronto called Miniature Massive. They're a design company. They've been with us from day one. And some of the creative themes that they've come up with are awesome. Our jerseys every year are really cool. The website's really cool. And certainly my brain's not capable of seeing what Justin and his team do. So we're really grateful that he's been part of the Freggie Fresh Ride since the beginning.
You guys look fantastic in those shirts going up those hills.
Oh, just wait until this year. We got something special in store again.
So we'll cover the details if listeners want to sponsor the ride or join the ride in a little bit. But first, I want to ask Selena, what types of Freggie events have you done at stops in the past, and what is being planned for the stop this time around?
Absolutely. So as Greg mentioned, the kids go bonkers for the fruits and vegetables, which is really exciting. So we've seen that every year, and the presentation is similar. The riders get to talk to the kids. It's usually an after-school program or a YMCA or a Big Brothers and Big Sisters, just given the timing. So the riders get to come in and the kids get to see, these incredible guys that have done this wild journey. And they get to ask them, how they do it. So it gives the riders an opportunity to say, look, we are fueling our body with healthy fruits and vegetables. This is what you can accomplish. And then all the eating, so the great snacks, the fruits and vegetables that are really generously donated. And then, of course, most importantly, a visit from Freggie, which is really exciting too. So this year, the route is stopping in Oakville. We are stopping at a Big Brothers and Big Sisters there. And again, the riders will get to chat with the kids. They'll get to, show them firsthand what you can accomplish when you're eating fruits and vegetables. We'll have snacks, and Freggie will make his famous appearance.
Of course. So what is the trip planned this year?
Yeah, so our trip this year for the 5th year, we're switching the route up slightly. We're going to be starting in Niagara, and we're going to be heading into Toronto. So rather than our normal route for the last 2 years was starting in Toronto and going up to Blue Mountain and back for a 2-day ride, we're going to do a 1-day epic ride from Niagara into Toronto with a few stops along the way with some of our sponsors. So we'll be stopping at Vineland Growers. We're going to do a stop there and a fuel up on some fruit and veggies. We'll be stopping at EarthFresh, fuel up with a baked potato, and then we'll head into we're going to do a retail stop at some point, and then finish off at the Big Brothers Big Sisters camp. And so it'll be a little bit longer, a little bit more of a challenging ride, but it's going to be a 1-day ride rather than the 2-day ride that we've done in the past.
It definitely sounds like a full day.
That baked potato sounds great.
Yeah, definitely good to fuel up with the baked potato.
This past weekend, I went for a bike ride around Ottawa with my wife, and I think I was pretty tuckered out around like 25 kilometers or so. So kudos to you guys.
Well, that's we definitely practice what we preach, and that's one of the benefits. We fuel up with fruits and veggies the whole ride. So again, showing these kids what we're eating and what we're doing.
It's great. We get the generous donations from our industry peers, and we load the support vans up with produce for the kids event, but all throughout the day we're snacking on the apples and the bananas and everything that Greg just said. We practice what we preach, right? So it really does help fuel our ride.
Good stuff. The ride's been going for this is the fifth year now. Any stories over the years? Any highlights?
Absolutely. I mean, there's too many to mention, but I mean, between Greg and I, we can probably cover a few of few of the good ones here. Year 2, we started from High Park, and the goal was to get to Blue Mountain and back the next day. And leading up to the ride, it was one of those questionable ones. We were looking at the weather, and it looked rainy, it looked cold, and you're checking it every hour leading up to the ride. And day 1 was good. We made it up there, no problems. It was a tough ride. It was a long ride. But we made it up, had a great event at the Big Brothers camp with the kids. They loved it. They're so happy to see us. I remember they had a line of all the kids lined up, and they were high-fiving us as we were riding into the camp. Which was just so cool. They were so happy to see us. And just the event with the produce and everything it was perfect.
But day 2, not as smooth. Yeah.
Not nearly as smooth. I don't know. I don't remember who got 2 flat tires within the first 10
I remember exactly who it was. I don't want to call that person out, but they are on the phone at the moment.
They may or may not
Andrew got
a
flat tire within the first 15 minutes. So to put it in perspective, the temperature dropped like 15 degrees. We got stuck in a hailstorm almost immediately as we left. And Andrew got a flat tire, then another flat tire. Then we had to switch the wheel. So it ended up being the worst, the most miserable day of riding that you can imagine, to the point where you can't feel your hands, you can't feel your feet, but you just keep going. And it took another 2 hours to get home than it did the day before.
Well, when it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I remember we finished off at Greg's place, and everybody was just soaked through and through. But again, it was so worth it, and it was so fulfilling to have the event with the kids there and to finally finish it. And that was the first year for Blue Mountain and back. So that was epic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was epic. And I'll tell you what, the support car, my wife drove the support car that year, and she would bring us Tim Hortons coffee at every checkpoint every hour or two. And it was the best tasting coffee you can imagine. When you're freezing and you can't feel your hands and you're just riding and somehow, if you have the chance to ride to Blue Mountain and back, the hills are steeper on the way back. Inexplicably, much steeper. So the whole event, by far the most difficult, but sometimes you have to suffer to really truly enjoy the ride, as counterintuitive as it sounds.
Right. It just makes it more rewarding at the end, right?
And Andrew, what about 2 years ago when somebody, I don't know who, but somebody got us lost?
Who's organizing these rides?
Oh my God.
Anyway, so year 3 was awesome, and this was Greg's year for sure. So like you said, someone took us off the path a little bit, and we ended up on our road bikes on a gravel trail for about, 5-6 kilometers, which if you understand road bikes at all, they're not meant for gravel roads whatsoever. I remember riding down this gravel road, and you're feeling every single bump, and you're pedaling, but you're not really moving anywhere. People are looking at us like, what are you guys doing? And it was a grind. It ended up adding another 20-25 kilometers to our ride overall.
And what made that so difficult is we ended up getting a tailwind. The group got separated. We ended up getting lost and ended up in some other town. By the time we realized it, we then had to go back into a headwind, which just was absolutely demoralizing. And we actually we were so far behind schedule, we almost missed the entire Freggie event,
right?
Which was, I think it was at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So we actually had to send a group of riders, the fast riders, Frank Stagliano, John from Emerson, some of these really strong riders. And we said, guys, just go ahead as fast as you can and just get to the school and tell them that we're coming. And the rest of the group made it, 45 minutes after. But it was a lot of fun. And I can guarantee you, if you come on this ride, every year there's some sort of adventure. That's what I promise you. You don't come on this ride and expect it not to be something of an adventure. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of promises, Greg's infamous line on year 3 is, promise you guys this is the last hill. So somehow, logically, you think going from Toronto to Blue Mountain is uphill. Well, sure enough, day 2, you start riding, and somehow you're going uphill again. So I don't know how it works, but
uphill both ways.
Around the 60 kilometer, 70 kilometer point on day 2, we're hitting another hill and another hill and another hill.
Well, it should be noted that this year I was taken off of the route planning committee. That job has been given to somebody else. I'll worry about the other stuff. You guys figure out the route, and I'll be there.
I mean, hopefully it's exciting, but hopefully it's at the same time smooth for you guys with good weather.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
And so if any listeners are interested in joining the ride this year, how can people go about looking into that?
Well, there's a website, veggiefreshride.ca. That's updated with this year's ride and all the contact information for us. Or you could reach out directly to Selena or Andrew or myself, and we're happy to coordinate. We'd be happy to have more riders or sponsors. The more, the merry.
That's great. And if any listeners are interested in donating, would they go to the website for that as well?
Yeah, there'll be that information on the website. And then the donations could be made directly to the CPMA. So I think Selena can be your contact for that.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, 100% of the donations from the ride go directly to this healthy eating initiative for kids. So it's really great. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and definitely look forward to seeing some of the pictures and some of the stuff on social media about it.
So the ride is happening on August 16th, and we are going to be supporting on social media. Make sure that you follow on Twitter at Half Your Plate and on Instagram at Half Your Plate Canada for updates, and the riders will be putting up some updates too.
Thanks so much to Selena, Greg, and Andrew for joining me on this episode. For more information on the Freggie Children's Program, you can check out freggietales.ca. And for more information on the Fresh Ride, head to freggiefreshride.ca. Again, you can subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. Until next time, fill half your plate with fruits and veggies, continue to seek out new knowledge, and basically never stop growing.